Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 20th of August 2021. So traders buy bonds, Bitcoin and the dollar as Gamma sparks stock chaos. Defensive dominated today as Gamma took charge of the markets. I haven't got time to go into what the Gamma is in the Market Alert, but you'll see this quite a bit going forward. It's been making the headlines for a few weeks on Zero Hedge. In the implied volatility, we've got the low of 1133, which I spoke about the other day, saying this is probably the lowest you're going to see it this time round during or for the next correction. 1667 on Wednesday. Thursday 1682 there, so we're still increasing as well, and it's not looking good overnight at the moment. The market's looking weak. News today, just retail sales for the US, they're out at for the UK, not the US, 7 a.m. and they're forecast to 0.2, previous 0.5, so again more bad news likely. So let's have a look at the bigger picture of these markets. We'll start off with the Dow. You can see yesterday they tried to buy the market back. It's not having it. So the weakness is looking like it's going to continue. If the low of this bar is taken out, yesterday's bar, it's a test bar. They moved the market down lower to 50% retracement from here to here, and there was some buying, whether it's the plunge protection team or what, but they managed to bring the market back, but overnight they're not having any of it. So close below the low, and the 62 will send us down to the other two fib retracements there. In the 30-minute bigger picture of yesterday, you can see we had a bit of a sell-off in the morning, the market remaining below the 5-bar moving average, tweaking above it sort of mid-morning. Then you got the correction, then we moved back up, and then it was choppy all the way through the mid-morning and afternoon. Overnight, the market currently sitting around the DP, just below it, finding support here and here, but waiting for the 7 a.m. news, I would imagine. And in the DAX, look at the daily chart. Again, you can see the weakness continuing here. Again, they tried to bring the market back yesterday. Failed. We're at 62% retracement. We're also about to break below the 20-bar moving. Well, below the 20-bar moving average. Close below it would be interesting. And then again, you've got that 78 and 89, which is drawn from here because this is sort of the last low up to this move to bring it back there. So again, the market dominated by weakness. 30-minute DAX, we just sold off all the way down from yesterday morning. Eventually the market attempting to move up, but again, same picture as the Dow, 89% retracement, and then the market moving back to the upside. And yesterday would have been better trading a bigger time frame for the reasons I will show you in just a moment. Meanwhile, in the dollar, we've broken the 93.46. Everybody seems to be rushing to this, which is bizarre. There you go, through the 93.155, which has been a resistance level for this market. Drove through yesterday on a lot of buying. Likely this is going to continue as the uncertainty in the Middle East. It is seen as a safe haven, even though it's laughable. As I said yesterday, they'll continue to buy this. We could see it move up to 94.78. It's going to put downside pressure on the metals, as we can see already that they are sideways to lower for silver. Meanwhile, gold is defying this and actually moving higher. So what we've got here is a classic, once more, of silver being pressured. And if you have a look at the gold-silver ratio, you will see that it is heading to the upside. They're now at 76.82, having only this week dropped down to 73. So again, silver a lot weaker than gold at the moment, which is clearly shown in the chart here. We compare the two, the weakness in silver there. And during yesterday's session, we kicked off with the market moving lower. Once the futures opened, I drew in some fibs there just to see where, just checking the fibs just to see where the market could move to. and then drew in these, transferred them over, and the market moving down to these levels. The futures kicked in and tried to buy the market back, but we went down to the 89% retracement there, and then I redrew these straight off once the market opened from the daily charts. If I can just show you that, I think I drew them in just before the market opened there, having already come down to, there we go, just seen it there. So they were the targets to the downside, and I drew those in. We've got the you'll see, let me just move that forward a bit, as there you go, you'll see. So we've got the 78 and the 89, and then the market trading down to these levels and stopping. You see them buying back on this from this point here, which is 89 in the daily chart. However, prices had an attempt to move back and failed, and as soon as the market closed back below the 5-bar moving average, I aborted the mission. It just wasn't going, and then the market reversed and headed south. So then we had a sell signal, the market moving lower. We got this support to the left here on 2 occasions, so it's likely prices were to find some sort of support. So as the market went through, hit the scalp, and then as it was sitting on this level here, you can see how important it is to weigh up the situation. The stop, the 5 bars already down by the markets having moved lower, and then taken out of the trade, which is a shame because the market then continued to the downside, which is very, very frustrating, which is what I was talking about earlier with the bigger time frame. And again, we see the market trying to attempt to move higher here, comes back down to the 5-bar moving averages, switches to the downside, and then the market moves down again and does exactly the same thing there, sitting on that support to the left. And here it's a lot clearer because you can see them, the tiny bar with about 90% of the previous bar's volume, and then just sitting there, and then you can see them buying back. So again, taken out of the trade with a small profit, but a very frustrating morning because it was down, but very choppy coming back. They were doing the best to try and buy back the market and bring prices back. In the afternoon, it was a bit more volatility actually, which is unusual. The market moving to the upside there, staying above the 5-bar moving average for most of the time, as you can see. And then we put in this bar here where the market stops at the S2 and prices come off the high, and then prices trade sideways. We get a sell signal, and once again the market buying back into, stopping it from moving down. So they were doing everything in their powers yesterday to keep bringing it back, taking out stops and moving prices to the upside. We then had a buy signal, which was probably the trade of the day. You can see the market there up at 28 points at one point, and then eventually taking me out of the trade there with just over 15 points. So again, stuck at that 78% retracement there. So today I'm hoping that the market's going to be more sort of one direction and moving to the downside. Let's see what the retail sales are at 7 a.m. Of course, they will be out by the time you get the market alert, but let's take a view then. Okay, so that's it for today, for this week. Have a great weekend, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next.